Hey guys, I'm Taffany and welcome back to my garden, Tika's garden. Today we're going to do some planting in the back garden here that we call the bedroom garden. And my trusty little assistant who's right down here at my feet, she will be helping us. Hi. So the plants we're going to be planting today are right over here. So let's take a look at those. She's trying to get my attention. So guys, I have 4 things that I want to get planted today. I have a knockout rose, and I have 3 wax leaf ligustrum columnar plants, or shrubs rather. It is called Ligustrum Texanum, and it's already been pruned into a column shape. I wanted to get sky pencil hollies, but they don't grow well here. I've tried in the past. I've had 7 over time, and they all died. And so I decided to do a little research to see if I was doing something wrong, only to come to find out that they just don't grow here. I saw comments like, they don't grow here, don't know why they're selling them, good luck with that. Yeah, they don't grow here, over and over and over again. So I gave up on that. And I began to look for some junipers or cypresses or something. I want skinny columnar style shrubs to grow in this back area here near the fence. But I just wasn't really having any luck. So I was wandering around Houston Garden Center because they're having a 70% off sale this week on their shrubs. And I came across these and I thought, this will probably work for me. And since it's a native to Texas, I don't have to worry about, is it suitable for this climate? So I'm going to plant 3 of those, and I'm going to plant this knockout rose. And I have 2 wax leaf ligustrums in the back already. I have one that is a curved leaf, and I have just a regular standard one, and I will show you those here. So let's take a look. So this is the curved leaf ligustrum. This is the fence area that I want to plant in. And this back here is the second ligustrum, wax leaf ligustrum that is. And this is what I'm going to be digging up. I'm not quite sure where I want to put it. I have an idea, but I haven't settled on it yet. But this is the spot that I'm going to put the knockout rose in instead. I live near a private airport, so there's always airplanes going overhead. So sorry about the noise. Um, so this is where I'm going to be placing the column ligustrums. And that empty spot right there, I'm holding out for another hibiscus. I have one right here and one right over here to my left. So the third one is going to go right there. Now, I'm not going to be able to plant these things in this section perfectly spaced apart because there's a drainage system here, which I discovered when working here. Just like when I mentioned in my other video, when I was working in the back courtyard garden, I discovered a drainage system there that I didn't know was there because it was covered up, who knows for how many years. Same thing here. There's 2 drains here, which I was happy to find because this part of our yard is the lowest part of the yard, and it fills up with water when it rains heavy. And I always wondered, why it kept filling up. Why was the water not running out, especially since it's the lowest part? You would think it would just keep flooding, of moving forward instead of just sitting here. But the drains were covered up and they were pretty far down. So I did a lot of digging to lower this area to bring access to those drains. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So here is a drain right here. And as I pan this way, let me show you. Here is the second one. So they are connected and they drain out to the street, and it is open and water does drain, but I really am not sure why these drainage systems were covered up in the first place. You know, but for whatever reason they were covered up. I'm grateful that they're here and I'm grateful that I found them. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and dig the holes and get the shrubs in the hole, and then I'll be right back. Guys, I just wanted to mention that while I'm digging, I'm trying to dig kind of behind where the drain hose tubing is, so that I'm not directly on top of it. So I'm trying to kind of stay away from it. Also, I wanted to mention, because some of my friends and people ask me this. Right now, it's about in the 80s here in Houston. So it's not cold whatsoever, but they always see me outside in long sleeves. And I have one word for that: mosquitoes. They have the biggest mosquitoes I've ever seen in my whole life in this state. And they show no mercy. So whenever I'm outside, I have on long pants and a long sleeve shirt. Always. Because otherwise they will eat me alive. So guys, if I were to plant this side perfectly even and measured out, which I measured this about a week ago, how far apart the plants should be. So I already had an idea for this area as a whole. But if I were to plant it so that the hibiscus and everything is perfectly equal, I would be planting right here, which is right where part of the drain is. So the hibiscus is going to have to come over just a little bit, which means this shrub is over just a little bit. So as I said earlier, this is not going to be perfectly measured out, lined up perfectly, because it's not possible with that drain. And trust me, with the way the rains are here, when it gets heavy rains, I want that drainage. I don't want this side of the yard to fill up with water like it used to. So I want to make sure this is functioning. Okay guys, so I have the 3 ligustrum columns planted. So I'm going to dig up this other wax leaf ligustrum and I'll show you where I'm thinking of putting it. Okay guys, so I have all 3 column ligustrums in and I have the knockout rose. It is a double red knockout rose. So I think that's going to be pretty tied in with the red hibiscus. So now let me take you to the spot that I'm thinking of putting this other wax leaf ligustrum. Okay, so guys, this is the spot that I'm thinking of putting that wax leaf ligustrum. It's in between the 2 mums and the 2 sunshine ligustrums. And once those are mature and kind of reaching out and this wax leaf matures, you'll have the deep, rich, shiny green leaves of it touching the lemony lime green leaves of the sunshine ligustrums, and it'll fill in this area nicely. Now I won't be able to, sorry, they're doing the yard behind us. I won't be able to plant it perfectly centered because our sprinkler head is right there. So, but I'm going to try to do my best to get it centered. Leave a comment and tell me what you think about this location for that shrub. Okay, guys, you're not going to believe what I just found digging. I mentioned in the other video that while working back here last year, laying out these beds, way before I laid the gravel, that I came across a drainage system, one back here, and it led me to dig all over the place. There were holes back here like I had 10 dogs or something, just all over the place, looking to see if there were any more drain heads, and I never found them. Well, guess what? I just found a drain head right where I planned on putting the sunshine ligustrum. Let me show you. Okay, guys, my mic went out for some reason, but I first want to show you this drain head. This was the one that I found back in November, December when I first began working on this back section. And I cleared it out and I kind of put rocks around it just to keep everything away from it so that, you know, I can get this back area drained since it always held water. Well, here is the drain head I just found right in the spot where I want to plant the sunshine, not the sunshine, but the wax leaf ligustrum. Look at this, guys. Can you believe it? All the holes I dug last year and I found nothing. And look what I find today. So this obviously is going to ruin my plan of planting the wax leaf in this spot. So I have to come up with a plan B. Okay, guys, let's go to plan B. So option one is this long border along the side of my house. It's about 3 months old, or at least part of it is. The section closest to me full of flowers was here when I moved in. The flowers I planted, it was empty, but it was there when I moved in. It was a triangle shape. And then there's, of course, beds along the front of my house. And then there's that section in between that was just grass at 2 feet wide at 1.3 feet. But it never made sense to me. Why is there just this little strip of grass here? So I connected that front bed in the front of my house with the triangle bed there and made one long border. So that's one option. Option number two is right here along this fence line. It's a smaller, shorter section that had 3 huge oleanders that had been there probably since the house was built. They were, over onto the driveway, making it hard to get in and out of cars. And then, of course, oleander's poisonous. So we, through a lot of hard work, let me tell you, it was something. But we removed the oleanders and we just left it empty for a little while. I took some plants from different parts of the yard and put it there just to start filling in things. But there's that empty space in the middle where I can plant the wax leaf ligustrum. So it's either the long border along the side of the house or there here at the fence. And I'm leaning towards the fence here. So what I'm going to do is plant here at the fence, see how I like it. And if I don't, I can always move it. But I think that's the option I'm going to go with for now. Okay, guys, so I'm all done. It's all planted up, it's watered and mulched in, and just see what you think and leave a comment below. Tell me what you think about how it looks right there, guys. I kind of like it. And one other thing about ligustrums, these wax leaf ligustrums, is that they have little bitty white flowers when they bloom. Cute little dainty white flowers. So it will not just be a green structure there. It will add some floral interest as well. Okay, guys, my mic stopped working for some reason when I was recording before. So I just wanted to finish up by showing you that everything is planted. It looks good. and I'm really, really excited to see what it's going to look like. I really love this. I'm glad I went with these. I was iffy, wasn't sure, because when you have your mind set on one thing and you have to change it, you're not always quite sure if it's the right decision, but I'm glad I went with those. Let's take a look. Okay, let's just take a quick look at everything. I'm going to stand here. We can look down the row and we see everything's watered in, mulch put back around it, and it's looking good. The double red knockout roses are really pretty. And let's swing around and take a look from this angle. All right, guys. Well, that's it for today. I want to thank you for joining me as I get my plants in the ground and I start growing this garden and making it more beautiful. And I will see you next time.